Hello everybody, in today's video I've got an unboxing again. This comes from my Ghost Cube contact and I've got my Professor Ghost Cube. Finally, I've been waiting for this. This is probably the hardest 5x5 shape mod on the planet. But of course that's, opinion, and I think that's my opinion. Okay, so how do I open this? Right here. Maybe right here. Yep. All right, so I had this made out of a Shengshou 5x5. We got some stands here, so those are added in extra. And the puzzle. All right, box is empty. Okay, I'm really excited for this. I've wanted this for quite a while, ever since I saw it, and you guys have probably seen my other Ghost Cube videos. I can't wait. Come on, open. Wow. Open more. Holy. Okay, let's zoom up a bit. Okay, so here we have the Professor Ghost Cube. Just look at this thing. This is pretty big too. I mean, this is a regular Shengshou 5x5. And this has been transformed into this, except for, a white one, of course. I'm in the midst of taking the stickers off to mod this one. But yeah, look at the difference in size. I mean, wow. Now, this cube looks intimidating. Holy. But wow, is that ever smooth. That's so smooth. This thing just wants to turn on its own. But I really like the Ghost Cube series because, look at these. They don't match up, These things, I'd have to move it like this to match it up, wow, I don't even know what to say. Honestly, I'm kind of like in awe right now. This is a really awesome puzzle. Very well built. These pieces go together perfectly. I understand how this puzzle is built and made, but I cannot for the life of me figure out how I would cut the angles of it. But wow. So here we have one layer. Wow, this is just such a good puzzle. This is very well made. Holy. Okay, so here is a layer. This is the first layer. You can see we've got the centers of a 5x5. We got these three edges here, edges here, and then corners. If you're brand new to my channel and you haven't seen the Ghost Cubes yet, then you probably don't really know how this moves. We can see that we can move all of these layers, but we cannot move any other layers. And the reason for that is because this cube is built to be off. The layers are off of each other. So I can see that I would have to turn these because this here is a centerpiece. This is center and this is a center. So if I was to make a new center, I would have to line them up like this. And then we can put them like that. And then we can line these ones. And now we can turn this. And you can see that this will become a very big shape-shifted mess really quick. So I could just turn them like this, and now you can see just the mess. This is probably going to be pretty difficult to solve. I've got to admit, this one's probably going to get me for a little while. Let's see if I can get it back. So just like this, and then start moving them back into place. One more, and there we go. All right, so this is the 5x5 Ghost Cube, and we've also got the 4x4 Ghost Cube and the 3x3 Ghost Cube. I wonder what's next. Actually, I already know what's next. It's the 2x2 Ghost Cube, and I know it's only 2x2, but actually it looks a little bit challenging, I gotta admit, because we're only going by shapes here. This one was actually pretty easy. It was an introduction to Ghost Cube. If you're gonna get a Ghost Cube, I recommend the 3x3 or the 2x2. Now the 2x2 is not out yet, but I will be getting it and then making a video, and I think it's gonna be fairly cheap. It's gonna be like $45 or something, whereas this is around $100. This is 180 and this is 300. But there's so much more work put into this than this, because of the layers and everything. All right, so let's go and take a look at the quality of these pieces. You can see that they're just phenomenal. Like, the detail that's been put into these pieces are very, very nice. I cannot see any holes like I did the first on the 4x4. Yeah, this is, I could tell you right now, this is going to be my favorite puzzle for quite a while. I really, really like puzzles that are challenging, and this one is definitely going to be extremely challenging. So anyways, just like any other ghost cube, I'm going to have to memorize the order a little bit, because just like on these two here, there's two different types of sides. Sorry if I seem a little scattered in this video talking about random things. Like I said, I don't really know how to react to this yet. So we can see it on these centers here. We've got one that they come up and then there's a sharp side, whereas on this one, the sharp side goes right to the corner, right into the middle. You can see this side goes and then right up into the middle, but this side does not. This side doesn't go to the middle. It goes a little bit up here. So that's the same with on this one. Okay, so this one here goes right basically to the middle of the middle piece, and this one does not. It goes a little bit more this way. So I got to keep that in mind while I'm solving. Yeah. And then the edges. Okay, so which one do we have? I'm going to try to memorize this cube. It's a little bit difficult to memorize though, so I would say the one with the single piece in the center, because on this one you can see that the center it's got one piece. It's one solid. It's not arced two different ways, right? On this one it is. Wow, I can tell you right now, this is going to be a very, very difficult puzzle to solve. So we've got this one, and this one comes down into these, and then we've got this edge, that edge, this edge, and then one that's got two pieces on it. And again, we've got a single and these two matched up pieces here. And then with this one down below. And then sort of the similar as over here. That's a similar one again. I don't want to confuse those. This one here is original. It's got two solid pieces that go different directions with a double piece in the center. And then here we've got a triple and then a double. That's a familiar one again, and then a triple again. So there are 1, 2, 3 triples that all are sort of the same. All right. So that's pretty good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and take some time and memorize this puzzle. Then I'll come back and I will shapeshift it for you guys so you can see a full scramble. All right, I'm back, and there's a few things that I noticed while I was inspecting this cube that I'm going to have to keep in mind while I'm solving it. And one is sort of the same thing that I had on the Master Ghost cube, which is this pieces here. Now you can see if I zoom up that these aren't perfectly aligned. They don't go perfectly together. And I thought, okay, well maybe that's just, an error. Of course, not every piece can be perfect. But after closer inspection, you'll see that if I turn the cube like this, it's actually flat. So this piece is actually made to be like this. It's actually the corner piece here. This doesn't actually reach the corner, and it just looks like it's out, but actually it's not. But when I'm solving it, it's going to trip me up. And same with these center pieces here. You can see that they don't perfectly go together, but because it's the flat part here, that is how it is supposed to be, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna have to keep that in mind, because while solving it, if I didn't look at that, I may think that these don't fit, but in reality they do. Another thing that I thought I'm gonna have to keep track of are these edge pieces here. You can see this one and this one are exactly the same length, but this one is not. This one is a little bit smaller. And I don't think that that's going to be a little bit too difficult to remember, or even if I didn't see that, I think that I would have got it right away, because the only long edge pieces like this are on this side here, and these ones are much shorter than those ones. These are longer, these are shorter. So I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. Other than that, I've gone through and I've tried to memorize my best on where these centers go in relation to each other. It's a little bit difficult. If not, and I get stuck, of course, I will try to do it myself, but if not, I can always come back and look at the video and see where they are. I'm really excited to start solving this puzzle. So let's go ahead and scramble it up. So let's turn this, let's see, right there. Turn this one, turn that one, and turn this one. All right, so now keep in mind that this is how I'm gonna have to solve this. I have to solve it like this and then move them back. So let's go ahead and continue the scramble. And now let's move these ones. Oh, this thing is scrambled up. Oh, I also want to mention too that during my unboxing, as soon as I got home and I saw it, I did the unboxing and I was working and my hands got really dirty. So I did have dirty hands. I have cleaned them up now. So I was just too excited for this puzzle to even think about cleaning my hands for such an awesome video. So I apologize for that. In fact, I'm going to leave an annotation at the beginning saying sorry for that, which you probably already seen. So it's kind of deja vu for you now. All right, so it can be a little bit difficult to know exactly if it's aligned or not. But once it's aligned, wow, this thing wants to move really, really fast. Like, this thing is a really, really nice puzzle. So these two here belong, so let's get them away from each other. Wow. What a puzzle. Okay, I'm calling that scrambled. I don't even know if that is like super scrambled because I didn't do a whole lot of moves. Actually, I'll move this a little more here. So I didn't do a whole lot of moves, but it looks scrambled. And I'm sure while I'm trying to solve it, it will become scrambled even more. And that is just a mess. That's just a bunch of shards poking out. And you gotta... That's the awesome thing about a ghost cube too, is because it's all one color and every single piece is a different shape. Every piece goes in the same spot every time, and you're now dealing with shapes. This is like an ultimate bump cube. Although calling it a bump cube just puts it to shame because this is a thing of beauty. Like, this is so well made. I can't even describe it. So if you want to get this puzzle or any other ghost cube, I can't tell you who built it, but I can leave an email address, and I will leave an email address in the description, and that's all I can give you for information. Aside from the price, this is $300 US dollars. And again, the 4x4 is 180, and the 3x3 I believe is 100. The 2x2 is coming out, and I think that's going to be around $45 or $50, including shipping. Look at this big giant piece, eh? Huge. That's awesome. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.